Hi there and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette and I'm joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates and 1986 Stanley Cup champions, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. There was a really special moment before Game 6 against the Tampa Bay Lightning when the Canadiens had Knuckles Nilan carry the torch into the Bell Center after Yvon Cornway and Serge Savard had done that for the first two games at the Bell Center. Knuckles, what was that like? What did that mean to you to be given that honor of carrying the torch into the Bell Center?
Oh, it was incredible. Just, the only torch I was used to carrying is this one here to light the fireplace, And, I get the phone call and they asked me, I got to tell you, when I was talking to Jamie, I got really emotional about it because, when you look at the past players who've done that, they've all been Hall of Fame guys. And to have a plumber like myself be asked to do that, I mean, it was really emotional for me and it was an incredible honor. And that's it. It's an honor to be asked to do that. And I just, it's something I'll never forget. I'm so proud of that moment. I'm so happy that the organization asked me to do it. It really was something.
Rick, I know not only a former teammate, but I know you guys great friends, still great friends. What did it mean to you to see Knuckles walk in there carrying the torch?
It was great. I was really happy for him. And, I have to say that what I did notice, unlike the other two guys that carried the torch, is that the hallway where he had to walk was expanded larger because they were afraid a Knuckle with a bad shoulder would have maybe dropped the torch or not been able to carry the proper way and could have started some people on fire. So that one thing was a concern to me, but I was really happy that he was able to get it from back to front without burning anybody and without dropping it. So, for a guy that's got beat up shoulders, I thought he did a hell of a job, and I'm happy for him.
Well, Michael Farber, I know Knuckles had a great line. He said, Knuckles Nilan would drop the gloves, but he would never drop the torch.
No way.
What's it mean hearing something like that come out? I know you respect Mike a lot.
Yeah, he's awesome, Mike. He always has a way of coming up with the right words, right? And he has, that's his whole career, really, able to explain things so well with his words. And, that was so cool. And, yeah, it wasn't bad. I had it up with my bad shoulder, and it was up high enough. And they wanted me to give the old fist pump, which I did. It was fun, it was just awesome.
How did it come about, Knuckles? Like, who reached out to you? How did you?
Someone from the organization, Cynthia, called me, and who was responsible for that. And, she said, would you be able to do it? And I was supposed to be going to Boston on Thursday, because I was inducted to the Mass Hockey Hall of Fame.
Congratulations on that one, too.
Thank you. And I was supposed to leave on Thursday and play in a golf tournament on Friday with Kevin Stevens and Jay Miller and all the guys, and Mike Motto, guys that were inducted. And I was like, oh, God, I'm already committed. And I'm like, what am I committed? I only had to be down there Saturday, really. But I wanted to go down early for that and plus see my family. But I was fortunate enough to have a friend who flew me down Saturday morning on his plane and got me to, my friend Marco flew me down to Hyannis right in Cape Cod. And it was awesome to be able to get down there. And then just the number of people who showed up was so cool. So I had a whirlwind weekend and it wiped me out, honestly, emotionally. I come home yesterday, I was sick as a dog driving back, and I'm just kind of I feel a little bit better today, but it wiped me out.
Rick, I imagine you were at the game, at Game 6?
Yeah, and, for those kids that have never experienced what they're experiencing here in Montreal in playoff time, and, to kick it off with the torch, and once it was over, the reception of the fan base, like everybody in the building is standing, screaming, cheering beyond description. And I said, what a place. They are special, and man, oh man, just keep going, guys, because you can really have a lot of fun in this city, and the fans are so supportive. I mean, everywhere you go, they are on board. They want more. And if you're in that mix and you're finding ways to succeed and win, it doesn't get any better. So hopefully they'll continue, because it is one special place.
Now, Rick, what was the reaction in the alumni lounge seeing Knuckles go out there? You guys must have thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I still haven't forgiven him for, asking me, who do you think should be carrying the torch the next game? And, I'm surprised his nose didn't grow out of his face, because I said, I don't know. I have no idea. But him knowing very well, he was on top for doing it. So I haven't forgiven him for lying to me, but I'll get over it.
So you got to keep it a secret, Knuckles.
Listen, Greeny, I wasn't supposed to say anything. 1, 2, and it's like all the bad shit we did together, I take it to my grave. I'm never going to talk about it. All the crazy shit you did.
All right, I agree. We'll keep whatever happens. We keep that undercover. Some stuff.
So now that it looks like this is going to be a tradition going through the playoffs, I imagine somebody's going to carry the torch out for Game 3 against the Sabres. Knuckles, without any secrets, I don't know if you know or don't know, but who would you like to see, or who might carry it out for the next game?
I have no idea, but who, Cabo?
Mm-hmm. Last green,
maybe
captain and hoist the cup.
Right? Mm-hmm. Cabo possibly. Who else? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dan Foose around too, I guess, and
Vinny.
Certainly. Who's left? But
Rick Green.
Greeny.
I don't think so. But it's.
Thing is, here's the deal. Greeny would do it, but I don't know if he can get by security.
Probably right. I'd have to go around the long way and get my pockets checked. Yeah.
Well, back to Mike Farber.
You'll get out there by the second period.
Back to Mike Farber. I was lucky enough to have as a mentor when I first came into this business, and a good friend. I golf with him a few times every summer. He had a great line he had once, Knuckles, was, only 2 institutions in Western civilization truly grasp ceremony: the House of Windsor and the Montreal Canadiens. Why are the Canadiens so good at doing this stuff?
Well, years of practice. The number, I guess, Hall of Fame is in the tradition and the pomp and circumstance, if you will, of this organization over the years. And they connect with their fan base. Their fan base, I think, has come to expect that. And come on, it's like Rick mentioned, this fan base is incredible. To be there, but my daughter, Colleen, came with her. She drove up just to see me come out with a torch with my son-in-law, and to get to experience what it's like before a game and during a game. We didn't score a goal that game, but I said it's unbelievable when the Habs score, like it's crazy. The roof will come off the place, and they didn't score, but it was crazy at the beginning. She just couldn't believe the environment. It's one thing watching on TV, but being in the midst of it, there's no better fan base in any sport around the world than this one right here, the Montreal Canadien fan base. No better.
As a former player, it's got to put a smile on your face, Rick, when you see how well they do these things.
Yeah, well, practice makes perfect. They've got so much history, great history, from personnel to winning traditions, and they just know how to do it. They do a hell of a job, and everybody in the league looks at it and respects what they do and love it. And when you're in that building, that's the place to be, because like I said, there's nowhere else in the world when you're playing playoff hockey than the Montreal Canadiens arena.
Well, that's it for our last bonus episode of the week. We'll be back with our regular weekly Hockey Inside Out show next Wednesday after the first 4 games of the Canadiens Buffalo series to talk about that. In the meantime, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. And you can also watch Hockey Inside Out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.